Warm Calvary greetings to our esteemed listeners out there. You are most welcome to End Time Prophetic News, coming to you live and direct from the stable of the Ordained Radio TV Gospel Ministry, situated here at the Capstone Prophetic Miracle Life Ministry, or Joy Ibadan. We have again traversed the globe to hunt for and bring to your listening pleasure news items that align with and resonate Bible and end time prophecies. My name is Jimo Alfred, your regular newscaster on this station. I urge you to please make yourself comfortable as we dive into what we have for you today. First, the highlights of today's news. Nigeria and the Ecocurrency. Is Nigeria swapping the Naira for the Ecocurrency? Inside the gathering storm, the sound of a ticking war clock reverberates as tension builds up between US, Israel, and Iran. Lunar Eclipse, another blood moon in March 2026. Now the news in full. For over 2 decades, the Ecocurrency, being proposed as a regional currency for the Economic Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, has lingered in policy rooms across West African countries. Though it has been ambitiously debated across the region, it has also been repeatedly delayed and postponed. The single currency project was designed to promote regional trade, reduce dependency on foreign currency, and deepen economic integration among member states. The news media in the past couple of days had been awash with news that Nigeria is preparing to replace its Naira with the Ecocurrency come 2027. A background check conducted at the End Time Prophetic News revealed that Nigeria may not be swapping the Naira for the Ecocurrency in 2027 as speculated. Notwithstanding this, End Time Prophetic News warns that it is all part of the globalist agenda to gather all the countries of the world through the bloc of nations into a centrally controlled economic and financial pool where it will be easily controlled by the Antichrist. The book of Revelation speaks of a future era in which buying and selling are regulated under a centralized authority. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17. Though the Ecocurrency is a regional and not a global currency, prophecy watchers observe that the steady movement towards digital currencies, regional blocks, and cross-border financial frameworks may represent stepping stones towards a more interconnected and regulated global economy. Watch out, the Antichrist system is taking shape daily. Inside the gathering storm, the sound of ticking war clock echoes and reverberates as tension builds up between US, Israel, and Iran. The geopolitical temperature across the Middle East remains volatile. The triangular tension involving the United States, Iran, and Israel continues to threaten not only the Middle East peace but the global peace, as it portends the harbingers of the Third World War, or Armageddon. While negotiation continues between the US and the Iranian officials without much tangible breakthrough, Israeli officials repeatedly warn of Iran's expanding regional influence, while Washington maintains a balancing act of deterrence and diplomacy. Tehran, in turn, frames its posture as defensive resistance against Western and Israel failures. Yet, beyond the strategic calculus and global political maneuvering, prophecy watchers continue to align what is happening in the Persian Gulf with Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39, which describes a confederation of nations surrounding Israel in the latter days. Putting all of these situations in the Middle East into perspective, the recurring focus on Israel at the center of global tension is undeniable, and Jerusalem remains as a geopolitical nerve center. End Time Prophetic News therefore warns that the prophetic war clock is ticking towards the doomsday of Armageddon. Time up, the end is near. Lunar Eclipse, another blood moon expected in March. Signs in the heaven. A total lunar eclipse occurred on Tuesday, March 3, 2026, with an umbral magnitude of 1.1526. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow, causing the moon to be darkened. A total lunar eclipse occurs when the moon's near side entirely passes into the Earth's umbral shadow. Unlike a solar eclipse, which can only be viewed from a relatively small area of the world, a lunar eclipse may be viewed from anywhere at night on the Earth. A total lunar eclipse can last up to nearly 2 hours, while a total solar eclipse lasts only a few minutes at any given place, because the moon's shadow is smaller. This March lunar eclipse is completely visible over Northeast Asia, North America, and Central Pacific Ocean. Though eclipses are not rare occurrences, but prophecy watcher says they resonate. Luke 21 verse 25, quote, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." The appearance of another lunar eclipse producing a blood moon should serve as yet another sign that God is telling the world that something ominous is on the horizon. End-time prophetic news therefore call on all his followers to be at alert, as God has given enough warning to the world of his imminent return and the end of the world. This is where we shall be returning home from our news hunt for today. My name once again is Jimo Alfred. From all of us here in the studio, it is bye for now. Be alert and stay rapturable. God bless you.